This one going up, this one going up, so it becomes the closed circuit. You see why we have our hand, why we have our tongue, the upper. So that means the whole circuit is complete, a closed circuit. It's no leaking, no opening. So that's why again it helps to preserve the energy. And also when we cross our leg, we will minimize, right? We will minimize the energy, the nutrition supply for the lower part. We mean to do that, right? When we mean to do that, our body will learn how to adapt to the new situation. That means it has to cope through the difficulty of low nutrition, low oxygen, and high toxic level, because our body continually produce the byproduct through the metabolism. Not talking about the extra toxin in the food, in the environment. Our body will have the byproduct every single time at the metabolism running on. So when we sit like that, our body will learn how to overcome, how to adapt to a low nutrition, low oxygen saturation, and high toxic level in the body. So that is through the adaptation mechanism. But at the same time, our body will learn how to fight, how to open the new channel, even if they still follow, or they still follow the mechanism of adaptation. But it will at the same time practice the different mechanism of natural selection. If you want to survive, you have to adapt, or you have to find out a way to supply the energy, the oxygen, and remove the toxin. By that mechanism, our body will learn how to create a shortcut on the circle around. So if we practice this oftenly, our body will get used to that. The first mechanism will help our body to get along, to survive easily in the hassle situation. For example, we have the pollution, we have fire, we have earthquake, we have a hurricane, whatever the unusual condition, our body already adapts to that. It gets used to that already, so it can survive easily in a hassle, in an unexpected condition. With the second mechanism, create a shortcut, create a bypass. It helps our body to get used to whenever we have a particle get stuck in our heart, in our lung, in our brain. It now knows how to make the shortcut or the circle around, so supply the energy from the area behind that. So that is the first physical benefit of sitting meditation. And also, when we sit like that, we automatically press the point on the meridian to clear any obstacle, any imbalance in our body, because when we sit like that, the intersection of all the main meridian will be pressed by itself. It looks like we do acupressure or acupuncture, but this one we do continuously during the 30-minute or 45-minute session. So our energy, in our meridian channel will be clear, will be balanced by itself. And also, when we not practice sitting in stillness, we usually project our attention outside, and we usually have the illusion of whatever in the nature. For example, we used to get used to think this bell is solid material, and if we see the surface, it kind of smooth, right? But if we take magnify, we look at this one, it's not really smoothly. It looks like the rock, it looks like the bee hum. And then if we take a look under the eye of a chemist, we'll see this a atom of copper, silver, or any other material. It bond together, right? And now if you look at this bell under the eye of the physicist, we will see this the condensation of the particle and the weight. It moves very fast. So actually this is not the solid subject. The same thing, when we not practice sitting stillness, we worry about pain, we worry about itching, numbness. We think it's terrible and look like we can die of pain. But actually when we observe that, when we look back internally, when we sit still, we will see the sensation of numbing, paining, whatever it's just a feeling, and it changes continually. And our awareness, our recognition is a different one. The one to recognize the change or the transformation of the feeling continually. And in the history for 1,000 and thousands of years, no one sitting have pain and die yet. Right? Maybe have some people in the hospital when they cannot suffer the pain from the terminal ill of cancer or multiple sclerosis. They may die. But they not die because of pain. They die because of suffering. They die because they cannot handle that one, and the stressful shock will tie their blood vessel, so they die. But not because of pain, and no one in the history in the record of pain and dying during the meditation yet. You see? So after we observe that and we get used to that, you will see totally different issue. The physical pain totally different, and it changes all the time. But the awareness, the recognition of your mind is the real one, and you can get used to it. And when you practice, you can smile with that, because it's not mine. I am the one to see you. I know, I see you are changing, but I am still here. You see? And by practice that way, we will feel very comfortable, very peaceful whenever we have any unexpected thing come to us. Even though when we lay down on the deathbed, or when we have a severe chronic sickness. The physical body may suffer from pain or from discomfort, but mentally we are feel comfortable, will ease, and not really disturb our mind. So with the practice meditation, we could develop that capacity, and we will okay whenever the unexpected event happen to our body, whenever unexpected event come to our mind, we still overcome that easily. And finally, when we let our body in that state, our mind will stimulate the pituitary gland in the brain to secrete many different substances that have a capacity of healing. The most useful, commonly used, that we kind of the pain relief, and it's much stronger than heroin. That's why in America we have a lot of a lot of center they use relaxation for people in terminal ill cancer or HIV or multiple sclerosis. Whatever condition we don't have the medication to treat yet, they still use that one. Because the heroin or any pain relief, it have a terrible side effect. Just overdose a little bit, it will spread the respiratory, it will have a constipation, it have a headache, drowsiness, dizziness, sleepiness. So many side effects from the painkiller, but only when we use the relaxation technique, our brain will secrete the substance to relieve the pain without any side effect. And deeper, it can create or it can produce a substance needed by our body. And in the old time, we think potassium is potassium, sodium is sodium, but it's no longer in that theory. Potassium, with certain conditions, it will transform into sodium. For example, we used to say the people vegetarian, veggie, when people not eating animal product, and we don't have the vitamin B12, because vitamin B12 have it in the liver or the animal product only. So if that's the case, why people can eat only vegetable generation to generation, why they're still healthy, still big, still strong? Or they say if we not eat, we don't have the glucose to supply for our brain. After 4 minutes without oxygen or carbohydrate or glucose, our brain cell will die and we go into coma. How about people fasting for a few weeks, a few months, they eat nothing? So where energy for their survival? So that's why our body, especially our mind, it has a capacity to transform whatever it has into whatever it needs. Therefore, in that state, our body will secrete the substance to first provide whatever it needs to correct the problem, to heal. Because now, normally, we see when we have a cut, bleeding, our body knows how to bring the platelet, the fibrin, to make the clot to stop bleeding. If we have a deep cut with the big vein, it not only have that capacity, it know how to tie the circular muscle to make the cut smaller, so the clot will be easier to make and the healing faster. Right? When we have a deep cut with our skin, our muscle, it know how to heal it. When we have a broken bone, it know how to heal it. So that means our body have all capacity to heal itself. It's just because we forget and we abuse it. We use medication or we don't listen to our body. So now when we give it time and condition, especially when it's in the stillness completely, it will restore its capacity and it will know how to correct, how to heal itself. So that's why whatever we practice daily, little by little, our body will benefit from that and it will get used to that and it will come back to its nature, feature, and we can deal with any situation, any condition. So that's why I recommend you should have at least one session a day, especially whoever still working. You should do the session in the morning. When you practice oftenly, you will see the benefit. For the morning session, totally different with the evening session, because the morning session it have a positive effect. The evening session have a kind of negative, not negative, but passive, because throughout the night our body only relax, the muscle relax, the blood pressure relax, all the toxin will push out, right? All of the energy channel will be clear up. Around 3 a.m. all our hormone in the body will produce and build up to the highest level. That's why we usually have a coma, stroke, TIA in that period of time. And then not only that, at that time the nature, the natural force, very powerful, it will fill up our channel. It looks like we recharge the battery. You see? But all of that only in the physical and the physiology level only. It looks like we have a car, we wash it, we fill up the tank with all the gas, with all the oil, but we need to have someone to plug up, to put the key, to start, to ride. It cannot ride by itself. The same thing with our body. Every single activity from our mind, right? So if we wake up early in the morning and we do the early morning session, our mind will be alert, awake, and it's in advanced state. So whatever, when it's seen clearly in advance, when we go to the workplace or out in the freeway, any unexpected situation come up, it's seen right away, it's sent right away, and it adapt, it's resolved right away. The threat level will low. So throughout the 8-hour, 10-hour working, the threat not build up much. Evening, we just take a nap or just relax, exercise, it's gone. So easy to go to bed, and again the body relax, detoxification, and the energy fill up again. But if we don't do that in the morning, that means our body fill up with all of the energy, with all of the hormone, but our mind not ready, and we always try to catch up, we always behind. whenever we are behind, okay, we feel uneasy, we feel a little bit stressful. And what happens if some unexpected event coming? The stress will build up. So at night, even though we spend 30 minutes or 40 minutes, the same time with the morning session, the benefit will be less, much less, because it becomes passive already. The stress is packed up. We are too tired. Okay? So at first we may balance both that, but after we practice for a while, we will see the benefit of the morning session is much more than the evening session. And then after that, we will learn how to incorporate the food we eat, the practice, to help to maintain a good relationship in our family, in our workplace, and in our society. Alright, thank you very much. And now we take about a few minutes break, and we will resume at 8:30, and we will sit till and I will show you, okay, when we come back, I will show you how to sit correctly and try to correct the posture for whoever had the problem. Alright, thank you.